Hey, what's up, everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to Get Hit with the Truth. So today, doing a recap from the May 21st Showtime card that had Benavidez and Lemieux in the main event. We're going to talk about the undercard, though. I'm just going to discuss the co-feature that saw undefeated Benavidez Gomez. He was 5-0 coming in, 5 knockouts, 154-pound contender, as he took on veteran contender Jorge Cota. And, you know, Cota is a guy that got stopped by Sebastian Fundora in the last couple of years. He's been stopped by Jermell Charlo. He's lost to good fighters. But it was a big test for Gomez, who at this point, 5-0, you know, only his 6th pro fight. He's taking on a banger like Cota. And he really went out there and set the tone early and just dominated the action. It was a pretty good performance by him. Cota had a couple moments here and there, but they were definitely few and far between. And Benavidez Gomez proves that he's part of the future of 154. He really is. It was impressive boxing and power performance. You know, he landed some good shots on Cota, and it was just a good, solid performance all the way around. And I gotta my hats off to him for that performance. And looking forward to seeing Gomez back in action. He's 6-0 now. He won a decision. You know, but at only 6-0, even, you know, I'm not going to compare him at 6-0 to Charlo and Fundora further along as a pro fighter. You know, to take a challenge like Cota this early, I felt was impressive. It was a risk, and he went out there and got the job done, dominated the action, and got a clean decision. So, impressive performance by Benavidez Gomez. Now the main event, Benavidez and David Lemieux. This was, you know, Benavidez went out there and dominated David Lemieux. David Lemieux showed a shitload of heart, staying on his feet after getting knocked down in the first round, but I don't think he ever fully recovered from that knockdown, as in the second round, just things were kind of the same. But Lemieux went in there and did the best he could and stood his ground and tried to land that one big shot that would have changed the game, but Benavidez just too big and too strong, and you know, definitely the younger of the two. And that was it was an impressive knockout performance by Benavidez, getting rid of Lemieux in only 3 rounds. But you know, the criticism on Benavidez that I saw online, you know, I feel it's unfair. They're like, well, Lemieux's washed up, you know, so what? And I'm like, well, how are you supposed to look against a guy like Lemieux at this point? Say he is washed up. He's a 33-year-old former middleweight champion. He's only been at super middleweight a couple years, only won a couple fights there. And, you know, the size advantage was definitely, you know, apparent. And Benavidez went out there and dominated. So if he's as good as we think he is, then he should be dominating a guy like Lemieux like this. So, again, I think the criticism was a little unfair, but Benavidez got the job done. He's the interim champion now. I mean, I really believe he's going to have to wait for Canelo, but he's probably going to be a 3-time champion prior to that. Like, Canelo's probably going to have to give up the WBC belt after the Triple G fight, but I don't think he's going to care. I think he'll give up the one or all of his titles at 168 to move up to 175 and compete there and go after Dimitri Bivol in a rematch. So Benavidez, sadly, I think he's going to be avoided in his next fight, even though he's a big draw and he puts asses in seats. But, you know, we'll see what happens. But it was a really impressive performance against Lemieux, a nice knockout, and now he rolls forward to hopefully something bigger in the second half of the year. But that's what I got. That's the recap from the May 21st Showtime card that saw David Benavidez defeat David Lemieux by TKO in the 3rd round, and saw Benavidez Gonzalez get a decision victory over Jorge Cota. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, leave me a comment, or subscribe to the channel. I appreciate any and all support. All right, guys, this is True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.